Hi, welcome to Dance Spring, where we talk about the beauty of partner dancing. And tonight I'm here with Rachel. Hello, Rachel.
Hello, Jason.
Thanks for doing this.
Of course. Anything for you.
So, Rachel, tell us about how you first started dancing.
You know, I first started dancing during graduate school. So I've heard this a lot. I needed to just get out and do something other than study. Mm-hmm. And I did a bunch of different things. I did capoeira, yoga, and dance. And I admit part of it was being exposed to that form of dance because that was the bar down the street. Yeah. But it became a thing like 3 times a week. And I never looked back.
Mm-hmm. What drew you to dance initially? Was it the music, the people, the physicality?
The music already. I mean, this was salsa, which is beautiful, beautiful music. I just can't dance to anything I don't like already, right? Mm-hmm. So the culture behind the dance, sort of the historical evolution of the music really grabbed me. It just becomes a part of you. And so, yeah. Did
you learn in a studio or at a bar?
At a bar. I never took any lessons until now, pretty much, a couple of years ago. So I've never taken I have taken a salsa lesson here recently, but I hadn't taken one ever before, and that's like, I'm talking 20 years ago. So it was just at a bar, and going there repeatedly. There was a lot of live music, a lot of people dancing. I had a boyfriend who was a ballroom dancer, and that's where they would go, all of his friends. And I didn't do that. I didn't go ballroom dancing, but I would meet up with them at the Cardinal in Madison, Wisconsin. And it was the best time. Yeah.
Because it was at a bar, it was more than just a dance that happened there. There's food, there's drink, there's live music. So it allowed you to enjoy dance without the pressure of always dancing, right?
Yes and no. I mean, I went there to dance, for sure. But yes, you could step away. It was the local bar, and you could go sit and just chill a little bit and then go back to dancing if you wanted to. Salsa itself is just a really energetic dance, and you can just forget yourself and get into it and just not stop. I don't know. So I wouldn't spend a whole lot of time, sitting and drinking, that's for sure. And it was too loud to talk, But yes, you had that respite if you wanted to, for sure.
And what did you do after salsa? Did you do other dances after that?
Well, kind of simultaneously, I learned Bachata, Dominican style. So I cannot follow what's going on right now, but some bachata, merengue, of course, and then mostly salsa, and then that was it for a long time. Yeah.
Why did you choose those 2 dances after salsa?
Well, it was in the same club. It was the same people, or maybe different people, but in the same location, and so you can just learn. It was pretty simple the way it was danced there, and you could just learn by doing. Yeah.
Did the music make you want to move a certain way, and it just made you feel like it was the dance for you, those 3 dances at the time?
The dance for me was definitely the salsa, and the other dances, I danced because I was trying to learn them, for sure. It was less about the music. I really like the Afro-Cuban style of salsa, and so that was the best part of it. But yeah, I'll just keep moving whatever's playing. Yeah.
And salsa is great exercise too, right?
Yeah, it was a little too much. It was good for me then when I was younger. Just got a lot of energy, a lot of stress out. You're working hard trying to get through your your program at school or whatever, and it was a great way to release all that, and great exercise for sure. But it did mean it was a lot of work too.
Yeah, dance is great because it's something that makes you 100% present. So all your other either stresses or things that happen in your life, you can kind of put that on hold. And be in a dance mode where you're exercising, you're being creative, and it's a great respite from your everyday life.
Especially, I think, well, maybe not especially salsa, but in that case for sure. Because I remember I was being thrown around a lot and spinning around a lot, and you have to really pay attention to what's about to happen. Yeah, so you can just forget.
For safety reasons.
Everything else. For safety, my God, please. Do not think about anything else. Yes.
Yeah, just imagine a floor full with people moving out, moving around. Some people are moving further away. Some people are moving faster. Some people are doing. Are there lifts and dips happening in these clubs too?
Yes.
Okay.
That was definitely a part of it, and it would get crowded, and you don't want to hit anybody, as you say. Like people are moving fast, and I'm wearing heels. I mean, this is what I would wear. Maybe not now for Kizomba, but I'm always worried about stepping on somebody and putting a hole in their foot. You just want to be really careful, but somehow we manage. People are so aware of each other around them. The people around them, and respectful of the space. I found it kind of interesting, actually, that we could maneuver ourselves so well and so quickly.
Yeah, it works on your spatial awareness, right?
Sure, yeah. Got a lot of peripheral vision there.
Peripheral vision, you can feel like, oh, there's someone behind me, even though you can't really see them.
Yeah, and also sometimes you can see what's behind your partner, and they don't know what's going on. And that was something, we had to learn to warn each other without saying stop, It was a nice sort of balance of
that's an interesting skill, right? You're dancing with somebody, whether you're lead or following, but also each person, hopefully, is aware of the other person's safety too, not just their own.
Yeah.
And that's a very unique skill or attribute to kind of exercise. Being aware of what you're doing, being safe yourself, but also paying attention to your partner, but also making sure they're safe too.
I think that's really challenging. I mean, you have, during the day or a lot of nights spent in my books, focus on one thing.
One thing.
And then in this case, though, it's a totally different scenario. You're focused on one thing, I guess, which is, what is your partner, as a follow, what is your partner asking of you? And how do I follow them best? And how do I listen to the beat and stay on the beat, do my job, right? But also at the same time, have that situational awareness of what's going on around you, and, the safety of your partner, even though they are presumably in charge, right?
So even if you're following, you're in charge of their safety to a certain degree.
Yeah.
As they're in charge of yours.
Or the people behind them, around them, around us. Yeah.
Everyone's in charge of everyone's safety, hopefully.
Hopefully they see themselves that way. And they're not just vying for space.
Yeah, there's always one bad apple who doesn't care.
Yeah, and we just sort of elbow them off the floor.
So how did your dance journey evolve after college?
So I ended up traveling for work abroad and letting go of that part of my life, and having a family and all that, and my focus shifted again. So for about 20 years I wasn't dancing, although I was always listening to the music and always thinking about the dance, I think, always in the back of my mind, or listening to related genres. and getting to know. I spent a lot of time learning about sort of the roots of the music, even though I couldn't or maybe didn't try to like find a place to dance at the time. But yeah, I think that actually helped me come back to it.
Yeah, because even if you're not dancing, I think everyone's a fan of music. I don't know anybody who doesn't like music or doesn't listen to music. It's one of
Me
the
neither.
first human art forms that we just enjoy from like the dawn of man. Music and listening to music is in us. So you can appreciate dance. You can learn how to dance better by just listening to music, whether you're doing it or not.
Yeah, and I think it becomes less about staying on the beat, following that precise, 8 count or whatever it is. It becomes more about what's behind the music and what's within the music that I'm catching now. Now that I know that beat, what's on top of it or what's around it, what's supporting it. And then you get into the musicality of it, right? And the personality of it. And I think in a way, stepping back and not dancing for a while helped me to develop that personality side without knowing, right? Because I didn't think I was dancing.
You just enjoyed it because you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Kind of hone that music, preference, the different preferences I have, or the ear for it, right?
And what dance made you step back into partner dancing?
Well, that's easy. Well, I'll say actually, I stepped back into partner dancing. I attempted to by going back to salsa. And I was older and single, and you saw it from a different perspective now. As a somewhat, I don't know how you would put it, freer person. Like I had, my profession and my family and all the things that I sort of was working towards in other parts of my life. And I wanted to come back to salsa and really enjoy myself or to dance in some way. And I did that, and I found that, wow, my feet hurt. Wow. These guys are really sweaty. Wow, I'm really tired right now, and I gotta sit down. I mean, it was interesting. Just as you age or whatever, you mature in some way. I love the music still, but I needed something else. So for partner dancing, what I really see as like a true partnership dance, I looked at tango. And while I was looking toward tango, I saw the African tango, which is Kizomba. And I just happened upon it, actually. It was a pop-up Kizomba just a pop-up event within a salsa event. And I watched someone who turned out to be one of our instructors in this world in Southern California. I watched them dance, and I was like, I gotta do this. I have to learn this. I don't know what they're doing, but it's beautiful. And even though it was so structured, it still had that feeling of salsa, that sort of soul behind it. So I went out and found it, found the lessons, and I took my first dance class ever.
In a studio?
In a studio, ballroom dancing, basically, ballroom dancing studio. They teach a lot of different things, and this was one of them.
And you were hooked to the music too, right?
Oh yeah, the music itself too is like, that's a no-brainer. Like, it's beautiful music. It has similar roots to salsa, and actually being in the martial art of capoeira, I noticed there was similarity there too, because it's a very musical martial art, and it happened to have the same beat, and it made me curious. And it is from the same country originally, it's so interesting. It's also interesting to me that I never knew this before. It wasn't like, it wasn't there in front of me. So that was mind-boggling.
Yeah, that makes sense. And when you're doing Kizomba and you're dancing and you're learning, what makes a good dance for you? What are you seeking? Are you seeking connection? Are you seeking creative expression? What does the dance allow you to become?
There's that focus, again, where you're focusing on this communication with your partner, while at the same time an understanding that it's okay to mess up. And even though there is a messing up, like, missing the beat or not doing the leg lift or whatever else, the beat goes on. You continue, you just keep stepping and learn how to just forgive yourself and move on, because you gotta. I mean, the song is going on. It's a 3-minute song. It's like 2 seconds of your life that you may have misstepped, but and then it's also interesting to see how people react, like your partner reacts.
Yeah.
And how they deal with your missteps or also your successful responses. It's a call and response kind of scenario, right? Like a lot of things, like a lot of song but this is truly like Kizomba, like call and response. Will you do this? Yes, I'll do that. Do you like this music? Yes, I do. And it's so much fun to be able to just work through the learning with somebody else. And even if they're at a different level than you, higher or lower, to be able to forgive each other and move on and support each other. That's what I love about it, and the music.
Yeah, it's like when you're partner dancing with somebody at any level, it's a conversation where you kind of enjoy the mistakes. You enjoy the successes, obviously, too, but the mistakes will lead to new discoveries, and it's kind of encouraged to try new things while being safe. Obviously, you don't want to do something that will hurt your partner intentionally, but it's a rare moment to find other aspects of life where the conversation can be so playful and explorational and have mistakes, but still be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's other aspects of life that kind of has that.
Yeah, I don't think there really is a parallel in
Maybe
life.
when you're like a little kid and you're playing like a game on the playground and you're just playing and imagining things, maybe that's allowed, but adults don't get to do that anymore.
Adults don't really we get to play now, though, if we're dancing Kizomba, for sure. Or other partner dancing. I really enjoy that. And also, there's low pressure. There's no consequence like there is, say, in your job. If you really mess up something or something's not working and you can't figure it out, it might affect whether you're funded or whether, you're promoted or, whether how your colleagues look at you, your coworkers. And in this case, it's almost the opposite. If you mess up, it's a point of discussion you can have with, your partner off the dance floor. Oh, what did you mean to say? What should I have done? Oh, no, you did the right thing. Or, oh, it's like this. Oh, okay, then maybe if you had said this to me or done this, that would have improved my response also. Like, that feels better. And there's not really this, oh my God, I messed up. The dance is totally, the whole night is ruined.
Yeah. So it seems like a good leader in your mind is really good at call and response. Are there other aspects of a good leader that you want to share?
Well, I'm trying to learn how to lead right now. And so I'm trying to see from that perspective how I can be better. And although I, as a follow, have danced with many different leads, and they're all different, it's hard to say what's better or not.
Yeah.
But when I try to lead, I think the best lead that I have been, or scenario that I've experienced, is just being able to make the follow happy. Or so it's less about doing it right, and it's more about, are we having fun? And because every follow has a different experience level, every lead does too. And so you kind of have to gauge that at first. But once you're into that, and Kizomba is kind of forgiving in that, you can dance a few songs without getting married, you know. You can kind of gauge, okay, this is what they respond to, or this, I need to be a little bit more encouraging in this way. Yeah, somebody who's really good at reading the room, kind of thing.
Yeah. Because every dance partner has a different love language or preferences. Some people want to be more showy. Some people love connection. Some people love to be playful. What's your love language, or if you have multiple?
As a follow, I really enjoy the lead who's like into the music and doing extra stuff, like that I don't have to do in response, but like, and then giving me the space to do my own thing. Because there are points, even though it seems like a very, strict step, Kizomba, or urban kids especially, there is room to play. And that's the best time. Like when they take that space and use that to their, to their advantage. And also vice versa. Like when I have a little bit of room to do that little extra thing to show that I really enjoy the musicality of it. Yeah.
So your love language is space to do your own stuff.
Someone who's like encouraging, not trying to just spin me around all the time, like in salsa. Like, not to be, not that salsa's always that way, but there's a lot of energy there, just a lot. But what I enjoy is having those changes in tempo and having that moment to experience the music.
Yeah.
And relax a little bit away from always having to follow.
Yeah. Were the leaders open to allowing you to encourage the next movement or give you space to do your stuff, whatever that may be?
Right. For that moment. Yeah. But then please tell me what's next.
Not the entire song.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a follower, what type of things do you try to incorporate in your dance? What makes a good follower in your mind?
That's a tough one. I'm always trying to just say to myself, okay, I have to, this is my job as a follow. My job is just to keep the beat, basically. To follow those basic steps. And then anything else is fine. Like, the rest is, just pure joy. Like, being able to do those extra sassy things. I once got called sassy, so that's why I'm using that word. So that's how I like to pick up on the other parts of the music, aside from the standard part of the tempo, and incorporate that into a place in my bodily expression, like that won't interrupt what the lead is doing, right? It kind of adds to it instead of disrupts.
Yeah, you're adding to the dance without back leading, quote unquote.
Yeah, definitely don't want to do that because that could be confusing. Although we do switch, you and I, for sure, right?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that now that you already you brought it up. Switch dancing. How has it changed you in terms of your perspectives on both roles? But also, do you enjoy it? Do you like it? Is it more of a challenge or something that you're passionate about?
I'm starting to enjoy it. I did not at first. It's like anything new. Maybe it's a personality thing. Some people are like, yes, give me something new to do. But there is pressure on the lead, to do something, right? To have a plan. And I don't always have a plan. I really don't. And the music should be the plan, right? And maybe if I know the song better, it goes better. But it changed how my appreciation for leads and what they go through. And I'm still working on getting over kind of the stress of it.
Yeah.
There's always at least this initial stress.
Yeah. Because you have to initiate the plan.
You have to execute the plan too. And if the follow doesn't follow, it's the lead's fault.
Yeah, you got to have another plan. Plan B.
Plan B
Plan
or
C.
just, repeat, try again, It's kind of like life too. But, that's the hard part. I think, the more moves I learn, the better that'll get. But I think it's something else to it. There's something else that I still need to learn about communication itself, like the fundamental communication with the follow. There are some follows who are just like, I don't know what you're asking me.
Yeah.
And there are others who really know what I'm doing. And it's interesting to me. I'm trying to figure out what the differences are.
Yeah, just like any conversation, some people you'll be able to talk to easily, and some people will be a little more difficult. So as a leader, you just have to figure out what's the wavelength that we're going to talk on and try to do your best.
Yeah, that's good advice. I'm definitely going to do that. I'll try that tonight.
And as a switch dancer, you get to dance with everybody in the room.
Yeah.
Versus just half of the room.
Well, it's also harder as a follow in a style of dance where there are way more followers than there are leaders, typically. So if you were to go to a festival, an event where, it's an international event, usually there are just way more followers. And that means there are a lot of people just sitting and waiting to be asked to dance. And I will have none of that. Either I'm going to go, and this is me now, but before I would be that one waiting.
But now you're a leader.
Now it's not just that I'm a leader, because I'm still feeling a little bit like I can only really lead in class or at the practicas. If I were to go to a major event, I probably still would follow. But as a follow even, I don't want to be a wallflower. Like, that's not why I'm there. And I will go up and I will ask those poor leads. Yeah. And that is helpful too, because I dance with more leads and I learn how they're leading. And eventually, I'll be the one asking the people sitting waiting to follow.
So learning how to switch has encouraged you to ask more people to dance, just generally? Just
in general, yeah, I would say. And also some people who've influenced me to say, look, if you want to dance, you need to go out there and just ask. And don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Everybody's there to dance, right? That's it. And so unfortunately, that means somebody else probably didn't get to dance with that person, because I kind of, was a little bit more aggressive about it. But yeah, it did change my perspective on, how to be, how to look at it. It's not about, lead, follow, sort of the follow being the passive one. Follows are not necessarily passive. So
Yeah, they can be assertive.
yeah, or encouraging.
Yeah, that makes sense. How else have dance kind of changed you as a person? So you've learned to be a little bit more assertive in terms of asking people to dance. Anything else?
Yeah, I think it's not just dance that has gotten me to this point, but yeah, when I ask, sometimes I get rejected. They're too tired or whatever it is. They just don't want to dance, or I'm not at their level. It's okay, right? So it's getting to that point of, it's okay. Rejection is okay. There's always going to be that next opportunity, and you got to keep trying. So I think that's true in life. Especially as someone who's kind of running their own business, who's like in charge of success or failure. Learning to kind of take that rejection and just flow through it, I think is a valuable lesson. And again, there really aren't any consequences in dance. So it's a good sort of like practice.
Yeah, you learn resilience.
Yeah, you do. So.
Yeah, you learn that sometimes the answer isn't necessarily about you. It's about, oh, they're tired, or they're injured, or it doesn't really matter the answer.
Yeah, or they were looking for that dance with the teacher or something. It's okay.
Or they don't like the music.
Yeah, I found that a lot. There's a lot of, oh, not this song. Yeah. Which at first was a surprise to me, but I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, you learn about other people's boundaries, but also yourself too. You can also say no to people and have it not be deemed as a personal rejection too.
Yeah, there is that too. I have said no as well. It's empowering in a way. I mean, just to know yourself and be cool with others knowing themselves, and again, there's no consequence around it really. So I just keep going back. It's rejection or not.
And you learn to kind of reject people with grace too, and do your best to be as gentle about it as possible. Some people will or might take it personally.
Yeah. I haven't observed that yet, but I have felt very grateful to a lead rejecting me in a kind way. In fact, most of the time that's the way it is. They explain it, or say I'm just not ready to dance yet. It doesn't even have to be a detailed explanation, but just to look you in the eyes and say, not right now. Thank you, though. It's fine. Yeah.
So it seems like dance has encouraged you to ask people to dance to get a yes, but also learned you how to say no with grace.
Yeah, I've said no, and I hope it came across that way to the other person for sure. And I try to be that way in life too. I think everybody deserves that respect, one way or another, stranger or not. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. As we wrap up, do you have any tips on people who are looking into dance and haven't taken the jump yet?
Well, I'm not going to tell you not to dance for sure. Like dancing it's like nothing you can experience elsewhere. I'm sure there are many other pastimes that can bring joy and exercise or, freedom. But there's just, in dance, it's something else. There's this community about it. People don't want anything from you. They just want to dance for 3 minutes, maybe 10. I've danced for 3 hours with one person. And then there's nothing. It was just like nothing happened, and it's totally fine. Mm-hmm. But it's a community where you can get to know each other, and there are no expectations, though. It's like this pure form of community that I love. That's why I try to promote it so much, just to get it to grow more and more, because I love to encourage people to start and to participate. Yeah.
Yeah, Rachel organizes events here in LA, Orange County, and monitors a chat and tries her best to build community.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to do so with the help of my friends.
Last question for you. What are your dance goals at the moment?
Dance goals. Just to continue on, to learn from everybody who is teaching, to be able to encourage our whole, I call them our pantheon of instructors, to spread their wings and teach as many of us as possible, and teach whatever they want, and for the people in Southern California and beyond to come and enjoy themselves and feel relaxed. That, we do house parties, not to feel like any stress about it. And yeah, I think it's just to continue to build community and hone my skills personally. But get to that point where I'm not too worried about what the next step is going to be, especially as a lead. That would be so cool. And just bring joy to each other.
Bringing joy as an organizer and a dancer. Those are your goals.
Yeah.
Those are good goals to have.
That's my goal for everybody. And me.
You could have these goals too if you start dancing.
You too.
Yeah.
Could have joy in your life.
Well, thank you, Rachel, for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching this latest episode of Dance Brain, where we talk about the beauty of partner dancing. And we'll see you on the next episode.